I'm Christian Gaston, and I will be talking about why you should go vote. The importance of voting. Voting is one of the most important rights and responsibilities that U.S. citizens have. About 150 million American citizens are qualified to vote. Unfortunately, many don't. They give up on a chance to choose leaders and representatives who will do things that are important to them. History of voting in the United States. Today, most American citizens over the age of 18 are entitled to vote in federal and state elections. But voting was not always a default right for all Americans. The United States Constitution, as originally written, did not define specifically who could or could not vote, but it did establish how the new country would vote. Article 1 of the Constitution that determined that members of the Senate and House of Representatives would both be elected directly by popular vote. The president, however, would be elected not by direct vote, but rather by the Electoral College. The Electoral College assigns a number of representatives, votes per state, typically based on the state's population. This indirect election method was seen as a balance between the popular vote and using a state's representatives in Congress to elect a president. Because the Constitution did not specifically say who could vote, this question was largely left to the states into the 1800s. In most cases, landowning white men were ineligible to vote, while white women, black people, and other disadvantaged groups of the time were excluded from voting. Elections have consequences. You have the power to decide on the quality of life you want for yourself and future generations. Voting is your chance to stand up for the issues you care about, like public transportation and raising minimum wage or funding local schools. Local and state school board members who you elect will make decisions on policies and budgets that you affect how well prepared your children will be for their future, such as schooling. Your legislators, governors, members of Congress, and the president also make decisions that affect the cost and quality of public schools and higher learning institutions. Vote to place your children and grandchildren in good hands. Okay. Not voting is giving up your voice. Elections are decided by the people who go out and vote. Take some time and learn about the measures and the candidates. If you don't vote, someone else will make the decision for you. Your power is in your vote. And that also affects a lot of people. The Ruth Law team is all about protecting your rights and helping you get to justice. In order to have the opportunity, we must all share our voice by going to the ballot box on election day. Anytime someone says one vote won't make a difference, or I don't like any of the candidates, so I'm not going to vote, or any other excuse for not voting, that is the regrettable choice to give up a treasured right of our free society. So many have sacrificed so many over the years to create and preserve this foundational aspect of our government. It is truly a loss when we lose sight of the importance of fulfilling our hard-won civic duty, no matter what your party might be. It's your money. You pay taxes, but do you know how that money is being used? Most people voting is your chance to choose how your tax dollars are spent, such as funding for healthcare and social services. Decide how your taxes will be spent. Elected officials such as country city commissions, the governor, state officials, legislators, president, and the members of the Congress will decide how to pay for public services with my bad, I lost my spot. With the money collected from our taxes, and how to share the tax burden, take an active role, and find out if your candidate shares your views and will spend your money wisely. All right, voting is an opportunity for change. Do you want to take a positive impact? Voting gives you that chance. Support the candidates and ballot measures that can help your community, state, and even the nation for the greater good. Make your voice heard in these elections. Social Security is affected by your vote. Whomever you elect for president, the Congress will decide how much payroll tax you pay and the Medicare services you receive and share payment for. They also make decisions on cost of living increases and benefit schedules for your Social Security pension. The community depends on you. Our communities are made up of friends, loved ones, neighbors, and children. Some may not know how important voting is, while others don't have the privilege. Make the decision to vote for yourself and those around you. Healthcare is affected by your vote. Your vote grants the governor, legislators, and Congress the right to take action and pass or reject laws that will determine your access to healthcare. Vote and elect people who have your best interest in mind. Do it for your loved ones so they can have access to healthcare that represents your views. People also died so that we could vote. Blood was shed, bodies were beaten, people mobilized and marched, individuals were attacked by dogs, blasted by water hoses, burned, humiliated, jailed, all so that citizens in America would have the right to vote. Voting rights were expensive to obtain. We must honor, be grateful for, and appreciate this right, not only with words, but with the action of voting. So go vote. People have died defending this right. Don't take it for granted. Voting is more than just electing a candidate. It's choosing the right policies and people who have your best interest in mind. When making decisions that will affect our community, state, and nation, when you vote, you are taking an active role in deciding issues regarding healthcare, immigration, equal opportunity, voting rights, infrastructure, jobs, education, Social Security, neighborhood safety, taxes, and etc. Every vote counts. Nobody can force a citizen to vote, but many citizens do vote. Because voting lets them tell the government what they want it to do. If citizens think they're paying too many taxes, they can vote for a person who promises lower taxes. If citizens want more services, they can vote for someone who will promise to spend funds to gain more services. It's also important for citizens to know how to work the voting machines or to mark the ballots they'll be using when they vote so that their votes will be counted. Why is that so important? Because every vote counts. An election might be decided by a single vote and history would be changed because a person got or lost that one vote. So go vote. Thank you for watching, and I encourage you to go vote.